Tribalism religion is different. Let's just
Voice of Africa, you contribute. Just hold on first. Let's
so today is religion is the problem of Africa.
I'll be leaving the floor to Adrian. If your name is together, Adrenius.
As for me, I can say that religion is not the problem. It's for them, religion is the problem. But for me, religion is not the problem. But if you are thinking it so, religion will be the problem. But the main issue here is the politicians. But for we in Africa here and Nigeria, politicians is more the problem. But in Europe there, the politicians have the Christian, they have the Illuminati. Everyone have what they worship. But for we Africa here, we think that religion is the problem. So religion is not that the problem. They are thinking that religion is the problem, but I'm saying that it's the politician that is the problem. That's my contribution.
Okay, thank you. But I think a lot of you are getting this thing wrong. There's different religion and there's difference between foreign, like look at the topic before concluding. How as foreign religion, African religion is never a problem. They took that away from us. But the European religion is the problem. That is what we are trying to solve in this platform. We are solving it on this platform.
Okay, Tony, let me add to it. The African religion, today we see people that practice African religion, we call them names, we avoid them. I'll just give you a little story about how I, embrace, there's a religion in the area I grew up. Like I said, I'm from Edo State, from Ekpoma, but I grew up in Warri. I was driving and I saw these people, they call them Igbe. They used to tie red cloth and they were dancing. So I saw this lady, she was, doing her incantation in front of water after the others have left. So I parked my car. I was so curious, curious. I parked my car and I went there and to ask her what's the problem. And she told me that the land her late husband bought, the in-law, that's the brother to her husband, her late husband, trying to claim the land, and she was there when the husband bought that land, and she just crying to nature, which is water, and she gave sacrifice and she asked water to fight her curse. You know what? And I told her, I said, is that all? I said, don't worry, you'll get your land. She said, really? I said, he will give you your land. So I drove off to my friend's place, to my friend's office, not knowing that this lady was just, looking where I drove towards and parked my car. So after some weeks, she went there to look for me. And she described me and all that, So my friend called me. Why? That little word I said, don't worry. If it's true, he will give you your land. And honestly, the man couldn't sleep because you drink water. You use water to cook. You use water to shower. You use water for everything. Water started fighting the man. And finally, he gave the woman her land. So is that evil? No.
That's satanic. She cried to the water, but that's satanic.
Okay, it's your own understanding. Allow me finish, please. She cried to nature. Water is nature. Water is not satanic.
Water is nature.
She cried to nature to fight a battle for her, and nature did. So what is wrong in that? So is the man supposed to take her land? That is the Christianity. That is the religion they brought to us, stealing, oppression, and then
I don't see anything wrong with that. But there is water. Water have its own spirit. They have the pure spirit
and the truth. Allow the spirit to see justice. Why are you people afraid of justice?
God will bless you.
Justice.
God will bless you. I like what you say. God will bless you, whatever you are doing. This is the problem we have. Christianity care.
You want peace and you don't want justice. So now somebody wants to steal land from another person and she cried to nature and nature answered. So what is wrong with that? Are you supposed to steal from somebody?
No, don't mind.
That's not nature. That's not nature. That one is the evil spirit that is performing that.
I prefer that evil spirit. I prefer that evil spirit that is truthful than the Holy Spirit that is a liar.
Fake.
The Holy Spirit don't do.
Fake.
The Holy Spirit don't do it.
If you listen to my message,
Brother,
Let me tell you. Let me tell you something.
All the pastors we have in Nigeria, look at our economy, look at our life. All the best pastors in the world, they are from Nigeria. Look at our life, look at our country. But I leave that thing.
People travel to Mecca to stone devil. I always tell them, if the devil in Mecca, then that devil is a very good devil. I need that kind of devil. Because Mecca is better than your country. You are traveling to there to stone the devil that is in Mecca. Go and look Mecca. They have everything. You are going there to stone devil. You have enough devil to stone it. Aso Villa, you don't stone them. You are going to Mecca to stone devil.
Don't mind
Why
them.
the Christians will go to Israel to pray to see the face of God? The God in Israel, is it different from the God in Nairobi or the God in Johannesburg or the God in Lagos? Is it a different God? Is it not the same God? Why going there to see the face of God? He's omnipresent, but many worship idol.
Sorry, please. I want to know. See, the day I stopped believing so many things about Christianity was when I read a passage in the Bible and I saw a film. They said, "Slave, honor your master." As in, don't you? After I saw that part, I read that part. I knew that Christianity is a concept to make Africans go down, to diminish Africans.
Honor your master.
Do you know, servant? Do you know what you people don't understand? Let me come in. What you people don't understand? I think my brother was trying to explain it to you people, but you people just took it as if it's supporting the Bible about slave. Do you know when they are translating things, this is not how it be. You understand? If, for example, this one woman they do for house, these people, what we are doing at home, when you go and take your brother in the village, come and be staying with you, those days they call those people as slaves. You understand? So when they are translating the Bible, when they are putting slave there, you people think that it is slave that they maltreat. No, like the one that happened in Egypt. Like the one that happened in Egypt. No. Let me talk, please, let me talk. No. Because let me talk. If you don't want me to talk, I'll quiet since. If you want to talk, you can talk.
It's not your turn. Read your mic.
You can talk. 1940 something. I don't know what be your name. If you want to talk, I'll leave you. You talk.
Both of you mute your mic, please, so the next person can come up. Tony, I think you have the line.
The one talking. I want the one talking.
No, it's not your turn. It's not your turn. You've spoken before.
No, everybody have stopped talking. I started talking.
Enlightenment have not spoken.
That is why. That's why I don't want to give him room for questions.
I can come in between. I can come in anytime I want. I'm moderating. Maybe you should know that.
That is why I don't want to be giving room for question, because that question they always cause issue. One person should ask question, and finally, please, if somebody have a take, just one person, and the question should not be more than seconds, not even 1 minute. Seconds, and the answer should not be more than seconds, because there are a lot of people on the comment section that want to come up, and people on the platform, they are not even, all of them have not even have their take. So let's not talk too much. Let's allow some other people to, have their own take too. Argument and other, we not allow others. Thank you, Adran. I'll be sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name well. Thank you, Adran, for your take. That is a nice take from you. So I don't know talk. So I'll be leaving the floor to who is here? I think enlightenment. Is it enlightenment? Is he here before Biafra? Who is here first? Because I know Lisa is the last person on the platform. Okay, let's Biafra go first.
It was here before enlightenment.
Okay. Can you hear
Biafra?
me? Can you
Biafra,
hear me?
please, your country and your take. 3 minutes, please.
Okay, I am Obi Ada Biafra. Biafra is in West Africa. So I live in Chicago, USA. So I've been listening, though I came in late, but it's a wonderful topic, because I've been saying it several times that religion is major problem, not even the politicians, because if the religious leaders cannot even correct the politicians, they are conniving with the politicians. And when something is going wrong, the people that are supposed to tell you about holiness kept quiet, why they are killing people, why things are going wrong and nobody is correcting them. Instead, they will connive with them. That means religion is the major problem. Anybody can be a politician, but what, like the woman that you said that went to pray in the water, nature, and something begin to happen. People talk to sky, talk to something, and things begin to. We are more religious than people that brought. We are more spiritual than the people that brought religion to us. Whether Muhammad, whether Islam, whether Christianity, whether Sky Jesus, all of them are scam. Somebody gave the example. Dubai, that is calling the same Muhammad stoning devil. Are they not calling the same Muhammad with the people in the north, in Boko Haram, the Boko Haram? Is it not the same Muhammad they are calling? Look at Dubai today. Tell me who don't want to go to Dubai? Who want to go to Nigeria? Who want to go to Sokoto? Among you people who are saying the religion is not the problem, can you go to north the way you go 20 years ago today? Can you enter bus from Lagos and sleep as you used to sleep, and they will call you Lokoja, wake up? Today, you can't. What caused it? Religion. Book is haram. Some people want to show superiority. They want to force others to be Islamized. I didn't even want to take microphone. I just want to be listening, because I'm tired of saying it. Many people have hated me and called me manner of names. Some will say, focus on your Biafra and live freedom and live a religion. We are all rounder. Liberation of Biafra and liberation of Africa is all rounder. If you want, you said somebody, they are demonstrating in Lekki today because of one person that they want justice, right? But nobody demonstrated against the other politicians that killed hundreds of people.
Hundreds of people.
Millions of people. Today, indigenous people in Nigeria. Who is going to avenge for them? And the Pope, the anointing is that the Pope refused to talk. Where Catholic is remitting Otuzo Noziri. They refuse to talk because of our color. I am saying it bluntly, I don't care. Because the people that killed in Russia, nobody is talking about. Many people are talking about them. Pope came to say, pray for Russia, pray for Ukraine. The people that killed in Benue State alone, or Plateau State alone, that when you put them together,
in numbers,
when you put them together, all the people that killed in Russia and Ukraine, they are not up to one killing in Benue, one killing in Biafra land, one killing in Plateau State. Who do us this thing? The youth should reason. They caged your father. They told you that you should not worship any wooden this thing, blah, blah. They now pack bag of cement, paint it white, tell you that this one is Jesus, that the black one is devil. And you bought it. You bought it. And now come to America and say, is this how Christianity is? That you say you went to church the first day. Say, Pastor, today, Reverend Father, today is my first time today. Really? When did you come? From where? Do you have job? Do you need food? What do you need? Do you need job? Please come. We have some food here. Who does it in that dungeon? In that Nigeria? How many of your pastors can do it? Who does it? Answer me. The richest pastors are from Nigeria. The poorest people in Africa are from the same Nigeria. They will use your tithe, pay tithe, put prayer request. They will burn prayer request, but they will not burn your money. They will use it and they acquire more heaven on earth. But they will tell you to keep praying for Sky Jesus. Sky Jesus that the Reverend Fathers they killed in the plateau were calling, and they massacre all the members. The same Jesus they were shouting. And you are calling a woman that went to pray in the river, in the water, that is satanic. You need sense. Come and buy, take these coins and buy sense, please. You need to buy sense. You need your brain to reset. Some of you will say because she's now in America, that's why she's kicking against religion. Who religion help? When I say it, some people say, hey, madam, yeah, your children died because the same Christianity I was deep into, that even my only surviving child was a mass server in Catholic Church. Do you know what is mass server? A girl was serving mass in Abuja then, in a Catholic church in Gariki. And when she had kidney problem, the other father in the parish I was in GRA Ikeja did not even announce it to the congregation to contribute something to go and change kidney for my only surviving child. And she finally passed away at the age of 20. I am not talking about my daughter or my children that passed away. Listen, why I'm always bringing this to anybody listening. How many people have died since 8 years? My last baby died till today. When we were in the hospital, dialysis center in Lagos, Ilukpeju, clinics, the people we met during the 2 years chronic stage of that kidney problem, 82 of them died. 82 people died within 2 years. Now tell me, since 2004 till now, my daughter passed away. How many people have died? Are they not somebody's children? I am fighting for my freedom because I don't want anybody to bury their children again. I don't want anybody to die again. When reality hits you, when you see reality is when Boko Haram visit you. Reality is when you have kidney problem. Reality is when the Boko Haram in uniform stop you or come to visit your house. You will call your sky Jesus. He will fail you. You will not. You will do everything. Oh, you think that all those Reverend Father and Reverend Sisters and the and the seminarians, they cut their neck, or the camp president, they cut their neck? You think they were not shouting Jesus? Did he come to rescue them? Make una no provoke me, I beg. My BP is already high. Some people will say, Madam, go. Your children all passed away in Nigeria. It's your luck. You go and find it. Stop fighting Jesus. I beg you. Continue. I want to off my microphone. I'm okay. I've rounded it up.
Step down so someone else can come up.
No, please don't. Nobody, please. Wait, guys, mute yourself. Guys, mute yourself now.
I don't mute
myself.
Come out myself, sir.
I'm the host. Let me talk before. If I said people should talk, that's when you talk. Hold on. Madam, thank you very much. I see the para for your blood. But one thing we should understand is when we realize that Nigerian is Nigerian. See, I cry every day. Let me tell you something now, madam. I cry every day. You know why? Because people barely know that I'm from Benue State. You know why? Because I don't speak bad about Nigerian, and I will never. I'm from Middlesbrough. I'm from Benue State. And when you want to talk of, but I'm not staying in Benue State, I'm staying in Lagos. Now, when they want to talk of where there's problem in Nigeria, we have 36 states in Nigeria. And when you want to talk of where there's problem, my state is among, and the northern part is among. Let's say 4 to 5 states out of 36 have issues. Now, my own state is among, but I will never come on here to condemn Nigeria, because the problem is not Nigeria. The problem is never Nigeria. The problem is our politicians, and the problem is our pastors. And the problem is the people that have taken this Christianity. They are so religious that when they even see they will see something passing by. You hear blood of Jesus. Something where they go on you, we don't know now. The blood of Jesus. They've sent a guy was cleaning room today. One of my friend's room, because we have people that take care of some rooms here. So the guy was cleaning, and all the sofa that was here, they put this feather inside. So the guy did not know that it's a feather. So my friend left. So I now enter his room to check him. I saw the guy that was cleaning baby summer, and I said, "What is the problem?" He said, say it be like say in family member don't send wish to him. Say in see feather. When did they clean? In see feather under the chair. Now I can't call him because I don't want to make a death in that room. I can't call him, come my room. I can't carry my kitchen. I can't open the chair. I can't bring the feather out. Say, see, when this thing is being produced, they put feather to make it softer. Now feather dey inside. Now the guy don't already conclude say na village they do am. Feather wey dey inside chair. You know, we are too religious that it has already sink into our brain that any little thing na person they do us. That is African for you. Now let me now go back to Nigeria. So the day we realize that Nigerian is a beautiful country, and Nigeria should not separate, because I see some people calling themselves Oduduwa and I see some people calling themselves Biafra. And we, the Middle Belt, we are supposed to be the one even crying more because they kill in dozens every day, while the other states are enjoying. And nobody is talking anything about it. Even the pastors are not saying anything about it. Even the pastor will tell you, if they won't kill you, just shout Jesus. Let them kill you and you go to heaven. I don't want to go to heaven, pastor. I don't want to go now. Now they will tell me the riches are in heaven. So let's wake up from these things. Sisters, please, let's promote how we are going to, eradicate these, our evil politicians. I'm sorry for what happened. Like me too, I'm always going through pain in what is going on in my own state. I used to be painful. Now I tell people, I said something the other day. Solomon, they say is the wisest man. They say is the richest man. This same Solomon enjoy everything. He's a man of God, though. God's child. He worship God very well. He enjoy all the riches, all the gold, everything. Now that minute that he know he will die, he now come outside and said, I see everything vanity upon, so that me and you will think those things are vanity. But he enjoyed those things. Is that not brainwash? So let's wake up. Let me give the floor to another person. I will not talk too much.
That is the fiction we're talking about. And again, when they say we call men of God and all these things, they have their villages they come from. They don't go there. They don't dare those power there. You know what they do? Even when their village practicing their festival, so you know what they do? They will say they will give money through another person. Say I'm not part of them, but I just give them what I have to give to them. That is, they are very clever. They all come from somewhere, and they know their villages. Oyedepo come from somewhere. Adewe come from somewhere. Kumi, you come from somewhere. If you said they have a stronger God, go there and remove that. You call it fake. Go there and remove it, and stand and say, you know what? Yes, and look to the sky and then remove that thing. But they dare not, because they know what is there, and that is what we allowed to. We allow people to reduce that thing. Like the boy we were talking about, people protesting the toll gate. The solution those days, if something like that happened, they would just cook. They will call the women in that area, all the women. They will cook, put the food close to the disease. Oh yeah, everybody take a spoon and eat. Oh no, just serve from the food and eat. That is there. Everybody was there. They cook the food. There's no secret about it. Serve from that food and eat. Who knows about it will not go there. He knows what will happen. And they came, they saw that in Algeria, they went back. Leopold the first went back, passed information that when they came to Africa, they saw these people, they are serving a kind of God. These people, they are serving a kind of God. They have power, they are unique people, they have something that we don't have. They believe in something that we don't know. They have their differences, but they are classic people. And they mapped out a strategy to destroy us. And that was why they came up with all these things. They came up with all these things, and we are not even ready to, to recalibrate, to check what is this thing, what is it. We are not asking questions. We refuse to ask questions. And when you ask questions, they want to tag you a name. I rather pray to wind that will listen to my cries and answer me than praying to something that will not even respond. I rather pray to fire that will answer me. I rather pray to water that will answer me. We should think about that. Not praying to something that will tell you your treasures is up there and you are praying for long life here. Why praying for long life here when you have treasures somewhere? Why praying for long life here? Just go. But you don't want to go. They are telling you about treasures somewhere, there's somewhere, and they are using bulletproof cars. and something happened the other day, he survived it. Instead of calling the manufacturer company and tell them, thank you for manufacturing this car for me, because all his bodyguard and the protocols, they were all unalive. He escaped because of bulletproof car. Instead of calling the manufacturer company to praise them for a good work, he went there, he went to church and do Thanksgiving. And we have to be careful when we talk about religion, so that it doesn't look like we are attacking the Christians alone. We are talking about religion. Religion covers all, Islam and all, because when we are talking now, maybe the Muslims will be happy. We know you people too. All your fake stories because your Muhammad also married a 6 years old girl. So we know all those things.
Oh, yeah.
So they shouldn't think we are talking about religion, foreign religion. We don't want to see it, and we are getting there, and we'll definitely get there. This thing is about good and bad. I don't need to belong to any religion to know what is good. I can be good and not religious, and I can be religious and not be good. So that is what you know, what to understand. Godliness is practical. I can be godly and not religious, and I can be religious and not godly. Godliness is a practical thing. Do good and avoid evil is enough. You don't need more.
Okay. So Madam Biafra, nice one from you. Thank you very much. I'll be moving to Lisa. Lisa, please, your country and your take, 3 minutes. Okay, while we wait for Lisa, the voice of the crime prophet, just have a take for 1 minute, because he said he want to say something then. Please, 1 minute. Unmute yourself and say what you want to say for 1 minute before Lisa actually goes.
Too much noise.
Lisa.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Oh. The voice of the crime prophet, please go ahead while we wait for him.
I see everybody. Thank you. You know me.
The voice of the crying prophet, are you there?
They
Okay.
will not say anything. They are dodging. In this sky, Jesus. Don't mind them. We have missed. You have missed many of the people that made me to on my laptop. They were hitting it hard.
Oh, okay.
Please, your country, your take for 3 minutes.
Okay, I'm a Ghanaian, and I've heard a lot of things over here. I agree with some, and I disagree with some. Religion itself, I think, is from Africa itself, way back in Egypt, and went to the lands of the Greek before the European lands. And I think there has been a lot of things hidden from us, which, like some people say, we don't ask questions, which I think we need to sit and find out a lot, just like taking the book of Noah out of the Bible and certain mistakes in the Quran aspects, because even the Quran and the Christians were once together before it was separated, depending on certain things we don't actually know. And I'm talking about we fixing things in Africa, I think is the individuals. Sometimes the individuals are also the problem. Like when you come to the lands of the European, like children have say to whatever they're entitled to, but the way we are raised back home, there's a lot of things that we know, even if you are entitled to, you are not allowed to have the entitlement because of the fear from childhood and all that. And mostly to some of our leaders are also the problem. Because we trying to depend on the Europeans when things happen back home, I think is the wrong way. I think we should put pressure on our leaders to fix a lot of things, and security systems will also help a lot of things
in Africa, and Africa has a long way to go, just like the Arabs fighting for their freedom from the Americans. Now they are also okay, and I think we should also stand together, and we should fight against all this European system, just like they are trying to bring the same problem to Niger and with Nigeria and with the ECOWAS and all that. It's also a strategy that is gonna affect all of us together. So I think we should just sit back and analyze all these things so that we can find a way to handle all these issues.
Okay. Thank you, Tintin. Thank you for your take. That is a nice take from you. Yeah, thank you very much. Without no wasting time, if you're in the comment section, you want to have a take, send request. I'll definitely bring you up. Please keep tapping, keep sharing, and keep sending gifts if you have. That is if you have. Support the panel too. We appreciate gifts here. Even if we did not expect, if somebody gifts me and I did not appreciate it, it's a taboo in my state. It can, lead me to kill ram for that. It's a sin when somebody gifts you and you don't appreciate it. So try me and see. Maybe I'll not appreciate when you gift me. Thank you. So if you're in the comment section, you want to send request, you want to have a take, send request. I'll definitely bring you up. Please keep tapping, keep sharing. So I'll be leaving the floor to Booty Dance. Or let me see the full name. Okay, Booty Dance. Booty Dance, if you're there, unmute yourself. Your take for 3 minutes.
Good evening. I'm from Nigeria. Thank you very much for bringing me in. Let me just make something very clear here. You see, the biggest mistake that we Africans are doing is religion. We embrace religion and we forget what we Africans we were doing. Our forefather practiced what we call spirituality, not religion. And that is why in Africa, nothing is working, because where we are coming from is just like somebody who is traveling. When you miss road, you must go back to the beginning and restart. For example, let me just give you people a very simple example. Put the 10 biggest churches in Nigeria together and put it on Google that you want to sell it. Put price $500 million. And you will see the people who will price that church is going to be black African people like you. And they will be giving excuses of saying it's God work we are doing, that they should reduce that 500 million to some lower price. But if you say, everybody know the Palace of Oba of Benin. Let's put Palace of Oba of Benin for sale in Google for $6.something billion. Then let's see who will ask. The people who want to buy it, they are going to come from America, from Canada, from Germany, from UK, from Australia. Those are the people who want to buy it. And they will want to buy it without pricing it. They will say they will pay you that $6 billion. But how do you get those antiquity, those shrine, those deity that is in that palace to them? That is the only question they will ask you. Then you now ask yourself as a black man, a religion that was brought to you, you are telling these people to buy that particular religion now, and they rejected of buying it. Instead, what they ask you to forget that is evil is what they want to buy. Is that thing is not making you to think that there's problem somewhere? And that is why we Africa are not getting it. In Africa government system, if you want to swear, they say, are you a Christian or you are a Muslim? Which every politician is aware that the Quran is not going to do anything. The Bible is not going to do anything. And they are aware. That is why they say, okay, I will swear with Quran, I will swear with Bible. Because they know that this thing is not doing anything. But when you come to the West, they know that the Constitution is what that is guiding the land, and they believe on that Constitution, and they know that because the system is running, they will use that same Constitution to jail you. That's why they will bring the Constitution before you. They will not ask whether you are a Christian or you are a Muslim. They will bring the Constitution before you, put your hand, and take oath. So if we Africa want to get it right, we have a lot of deity in Nigeria. Let's our politicians go to deity and face deity. After taking oath from deity, drink the water of a deity and come and tell lies to the people.
Okay.
Then you see what the deity will do to them.
Mm-hmm.
You will see their wife and their children will advise their father, father, please, I don't want to be fatherless. Don't go close to that deity.
Mm-hmm.
In my village that I come from in Isoko, there's one deity that is very dangerous. You don't go close to it.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that is from that particular village, when you call the name of that deity, they run from you. They'll tell you, no, don't call that thing, come here.
Mm-hmm.
Because they are afraid of it. Because anything, if you go there with lie, the thing will strike you dead. It does not mercy for you. Don't come here with your stupidity. So the most important thing where we are getting it wrong, we are taking religion as one stupid thing that one white man used to brainwash you, and you are seeing it that this thing is destroying you, it's destroying your system, and you keep on saying it's the best. That is the problem I'm having with black people. We see when we were growing up, when I was growing up, my brother, when I was growing up, in my father's compound, we don't lock the door, we go to farm. The goats are there, the chickens are there, the food are there, the pot of soup are there, the meat are there, the door is open, everybody will go, they will come back, nothing. The money in the house is there, you will go and come back, nothing is missing. Because in that village then, they tell you, if you do evil, they'll treat you evil. They will excommunicate you, they will banish you from the village because of your evil doing. But today, the religion now took over. Christianity and these Muslim people, they now took over everywhere. Now, you watch Nigeria that you are from now. Evil is the talk of the day. They are saying they are serving God. You are not serving God. The evil become talk of the day. When we are serving our soul forefathers, spirituality, and our ancestors, evil was minimized. Evil was minimized. It was to the lowest thing. It was to the lowest thing. People don't rape people. People don't go close to people's wives. They know because these are abominations that can cause you punishment, and people they will ostracize you from the society. They make you suffer. But you see today, when you talk of religion, when you tell people that this thing is wrong, that this thing they are doing, this is just brainwash, they get angry. They'll say, God so this. God, what did God do? What did God do? Do you know the funniest story I'm telling people and they refuse to understand? Do you know the Bible will say, the Egyptian you see today, pray to see them no more? Do you know what that would mean? Because Egyptians you are talking about was the land of Kemet, and the people who were living in Kemet were all black people. So the white man wrote that in the Bible, telling you the black man you see today, pray not to see it tomorrow. Do you know the reason? Because the European, the Greeks, and everybody, they were in Africa to school. Our forefathers taught them everything. Mathematics, physics, chemistry, everything. Our forefathers taught them. And during the era of them being here in Africa, our forefathers used them before teaching them. And that our forefather used it was the reason why they wrote that thing in the Bible. That the Egyptian you see today, pray not to see them tomorrow. I asked a pastor, a very popular pastor in Nigeria, but I don't want to mention his name. I asked him, I said, Pastor, say, yeah, you said this your Bible is correct. And God, who is omnipresent and omniscient, say, yeah. He was able to record 40 years of your Bible telling that the children of Egypt was punished. The children of Israel was punished by the Egyptians for only 40 years. Say yeah. I say, why is it that your Bible was unable to record slave trade that is happening to today for over 2,500 years, and still we are still on it, and your Bible did not record it? Is that your Bible? Is it not the God of that your Bible? Is it omnipresent? Is it omnipresent? Can't you think it? For 40 years, they record 40 years. For the one they punish you for over 2,000 years, the Bible did not record it. And you are telling me it's omnipresent, omniscience. What is omnipresent and omniscience there? Can't you think it? The pastor was looking at me. I said, it is simple logic. They brainwash you. That is what is disturbing you. And you refuse to understand that this thing is a brainwash. But I know that you understand this is a brainwash. Because of the money that you are making from it, you refuse to tell your congregation that this thing is a brainwash so that you will not stop making money. So it becomes business to you. And that is why you are supporting it. The pastor was just looking at me because he heard the true story. And this is it. My brother, we've missed the road. The only way we can get back to this road is going back to where we started this journey from, which is our spirituality. That is the only way. That is my submission for that. Thank you very much, Charles.
Thank you so much. You've spoken well. And I think it's high time people start seeing the angle we are coming from. Because most time when you talk about religion, they want to mix it with God. We are criticizing or scrutinizing the Bible God and the Quran God. We are not talking about the supreme being that creates man. That is why I always use this word to break it down to people. For us to locate the God that creates us, we have to stop to follow the God that men design. The God that men design is full of promises, empty promises, give you empty hope. Let me use an automobile as an example. I think diplomacy stays in Germany. I don't know. For example, you buy a BMW, right? From Munich. They produce it in Munich. It means BMW means Bayerische Motorwerk. They produce it in Munich. The Germans, they call W like V, so it's Bayerische Motorwerk, right? BMW. So now, if you buy a BMW and you expect the BMW to accelerate, the BMW will be with 250 horsepower, right? You expect that motor to accelerate from 0 to 100 in 3 seconds, because the fastest man can run 100 meters in 9.something seconds. So a car can do that in 3 seconds, for example. Now you expect that, and now you power that car. That car cannot even get to 100 meters in 3 minutes, which even a pregnant woman can do. So 100 meters in 3 minutes, you go back to the manufacturer and say, what is happening? This car is not giving me, the awaited result. You know what BMW would do? They will take it back, test run it, check the problem, and apologize. If there's guarantee on it, they will give you a new one. If it's warranty now, they will take it back to factory, fix it, and give you another one. Why they are fixing it? If it will last maybe like 2-3 days, they will give you another car to use first for the 2-3 days before they fix your car and bring it back to you, because service, right? You know what religion would do? If religion placed you on fasting or a program, after fasting, after praying, and you've done all you need to do, and the awaited result is not achieved, if you go back to your religious leader to complain that, I did everything, I fasted, I stayed holy, I prayed, I did all, and nothing happened, you know what religion will do to you? Religion will blame you again for lack of faith. They never take responsibility. That is religion. Because they sell empty promises to you that doesn't exist. So I call religion a well-packaged product that has nothing inside. That is religion. So godliness is totally different. To be godly is just, look, I'm not looking for a God that is up somewhere. I'm looking for a God that is in you and in me. We're human beings. Treat me well, I will treat you well. And they tell you that slap this side and give the other side. I always use my word. If you slap me on the right cheek, I will give you double to the glory of God, because I have right to defend myself. They call it self-defense. You can't slap me, I won't give you the other side. They wrote all those things to oppress us. You said we should forgive 70 times a day. And devil offended you once, you cannot even forget. I always ask people, if the devil decide to repent today, who will you pray against? decide. All religions have been attacking devil. We've not been able to defeat devil. That's to tell you that devil is a game player. The Bible God has killed more than any other thing. The Bible God has killed more than the devil. He killed during Noah times. He killed everybody. He left Noah. He killed Sodom and Gomorrah. He did not kill the devil. He killed everybody. He left the devil. He killed this side. He will kill. He has been unalive and unalive. This language is difficult. Unaliving his own people, his own children. And you know the problem. The problem is right there facing you. Why don't you take out the problem and allow your children to be in peace? Why don't do that? But you refuse to do that. Because the Bible God doesn't exist. Let's look for a God that is within us. Treat your brother well. Your brother will treat you well. That is godliness, and that's all God demands from us. Not all this religious thing. Is a money-making institute and nothing more.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. If you're in the comment section, you want to have a take, send requests, I'll definitely bring you up. Some of you are just typing, come and, say your mind, tell us what we don't know, and we'll tell you what we know. Once again, welcome to my panel. Everybody have right to hear our own opinion. Please keep tapping, keep sharing, so more people can come up to the live. Thank you. So I'll be leaving the floor to, I think, is voice of
my this misfortune. I was talking. It misfortune. I don't know what happened. I started hearing double. I don't know what happened. Right? But I want to take it from this perspective. One thing we have to know as an African, I always say that this life is a choice. You understand? I like me now. I was born in where you serve juju, serve idol. Even those days when they were still serving those idol, I participate. But when they were serving those idol, do you know that most of the things that they were doing, if they say I should, maybe for example, they say, okay, they want to do something for us now. This thing will always be successful for us. My own will not be successful. Because you know why? It's a thing of the heart. It's a thing of the heart. Like maybe people will know during the Anini saga, during the Anini saga in Benin, during those time, during those days, there's a sham they did for us for gone. Why they did it is that because my mother's house, Anini went to my mother's house in Isiwa, back of the people that if I'm talking now, they will know who I'm talking about. In Isiwa, back of Todd, because they were looking for one Navy man. What I'm saying is this. All these things, even our religion, is the things of the mind, it is the things of the heart. I can even be in that juju house. If I cannot submit my spirit to that juju, nothing will happen. It's just the same thing. This is the same thing with, you probably missing everything together. We that are Christians, we that are believers, we are different from those that were doing Judaism. So you cannot miss the law, which you are missing everything. Now, so God keep people. Now, so this Israelite do this. We are not part of those one you are talking about. It's like we came out we came from that one.
Christian. And the first time it was spoken, people were called, like you said, it's not a religion, it's Christ-like, and it was in Antioch. So who is a Christian? Who are you?
Christian, when you are talking religion, Christianity is not a religion. It's a way of living. Because they see them say, these people, see what did they do?
After somebody.
Wait. Now I want to take you to. You talk Antioch just now. Now, not be the way. Now, what did these people they do? Name me, they call. They say, they behave like Christ. Not be said now because they're going to pray. No, Most of the things they were doing those days, all the charity things where Christ tell them about, all these things that they do, say, these people, they get patient, they know they fight, they know they do anything, all these things that they do. That is why they call them, they are Christ-like. That is where Christianity came. Let me tell you one thing. It is Constantine. It is this Constantine. He was an idol worshiper. Now you see poison, now you see all these things that they do for Bible, all this mistake. Now you see Brigham, he's an emperor. Now you see conquer and mix everything together. This is what we have been talking today. We that are correcting pastors. If pastor day and if pastor they correct them, we go say I did against them. We that are correcting them because we know that they are be preaching what is wrong. You understand? But I want you, all of you, to understand that we that are believers, the people will come out, the disciples from Christ, this disciple from Christ. This is not the way they were practicing. All this prosperity preaching that you are seeing today. All the prosperity, all the prosperity preaching you are seeing today. It is the same people where if they serve idol, like one man will die. We know. I don't want to mention him. What if I be? Don't be Babalawo. It cannot come Christianity. It cannot come fuse inside. So now see these people, they come from there, they scatter the Christianity. What are they thinking about? I want to know all the people, all these people will come Africa. People that came to Africa. Wait.
How are you judging him?
That is wait. You said that you're not. No, I said wait. I have explained judgment just now to you. You can judge righteously. Wait, you see, this is how they change Bible. Just when we talk so. You can judge righteously. Let me tell you one place. Let me just give you one example of one judgment. Judgment when Christ was talking about. Not being. They twist everything so that people will be afraid of them. All these GOs, them, all these pastors, them, now they change them. They want sweet things. So that's why you see when this man talking about tithe that time, everybody was fighting him. Because he brought out the real tithing. Giving. He brought out the real giving. But people were fighting because those people are the one eating under it. And I am the crying prophet. That name, I am the one that is crying to correct people. Say, this one not good. So there is no Bible never say me will not judge. Bible also say judge. That's why. Wait. That's why Bible. Wait for that 7 Matthew 7. Wait Matthew 7:1. Matthew 7:1. Wait Matthew 7:1. Wait Matthew 7:1. Wait, if you read down, go down. You will say.
I will not read. For example, you know I will not read it. Wait to tell me that. The question I'm asking you practically.
You say thou shalt not judge. That's what you just said. Wait, you just said. Wait, you say thou shalt not judge. I want to say that shall not judge when they preach. That shall not judge when they preach now. No, the Bible didn't say that. Make her talk now because you told say that shall not judge. Why am I judging? I want to say Bible doesn't mean we will not judge.
Is your book I'm using?
No. Oh my God. Oh my God. You are talking about practical. Yeah. Bible. See, Bible is written. Wait, Bible is written by people. When I come to say Bible is written by people. Inspiration by the Holy Spirit. But let me tell you one thing. When you just say, I know you told me somebody read Bible. When they grow, they come. When I see as a Bible be, when they grow, they come. When Jujuma will come our house.
You see how cheap it is.
Jujuma will come our house.
Inspiration by God. You see how cheap
by the Holy Spirit.
They said something.
I said by
choosing you.
I said by the.
You cannot be talking alone. You said some are the choosing ones. God choose them. So God will choose some people and leave some. He's a biased God.
Wait, no. Wait. God throw it. Wait now. Let me say. God throw it to everybody. He said, whosoever. So it don't mean whether you be Muslim, it don't mean whether you do it, he throw it for everybody. Whosoever, he throw it. He did direct some people. No, that is not what he did. He threw it. If you like, you believe it. If you like, you don't believe it. Now your choice. For this world, now my church, wait for this world, brother, for this world, for this world, brother.
You are just wasting time because you are not teaching me. I want people to ask you a question on what you talk. We are not standing on the people to do.
You talk about judgment, just like. You talk about judgment. Just I said, you said the Bible talk about judgment.
We are past
The
that.
words of the prophet.
Yeah, but you talk now. Wait. No, you talk just like you said.
You cannot be talking when they want to ask you questions. See the problem with religious people.
Ask question now. No, you ask question. Ask question. Ask question. You ask question, I answer you. You say that the same way. You ask question, I answer you. You say that the same
I
by
need to ask you the next question.
Push next question.
You should ask next question. Just leave him.
Yeah.
So the prophet. Please, can I ask you a question?
No, let before you leave the first person ask.
Can I ask you a simple question?
Yeah.
Yes. The Ten Commandments, according to your Bible, who wrote it?
The Ten Commandments
was sent by God and was given by Moses.
It was written by God.
Okay. Let me tell you one.
I'm going somewhere. Answer me.
Are you not the one that ask questions? Somebody cannot answer it for you. Okay, ask question, make her quiet. No.
Answer. Go ahead.
Answer you first. First. You see what I was talking about? Do you see what I was talking about? Just as say we are not practicing Judaism. We that are Christ-like. We are not practicing Judaism. This I'm going to separate it now for you. When God let that 10th commandment come, He put her for down. He took everything, all the 10 commandments. When Christ came, what did Christ said about that 10 commandment? Christ has to tell them no. C-R-E-B. Number one, love your God with your whole heart. Number two, love your neighbor as yourself. All other things compressed in this thing. Now, so wait now. Now, so God doesn't make it.
Not the question you are debating.
I'm not debating. I'm explaining 10 commandments for you. I said after God left for
10 commandments. I did not say you should explain 10 commandments.
Okay. God Liam. Okay, God Liam. Now God Liam. Okay, God Liam. God Liam through the angel, through his angel. God Liam through his angel. He give it to Moses. Okay,
good. So was it difficult for the same God of that Bible to write the Bible himself and give it to somebody? Was it difficult?
God, see, this is how it works. And I tell, and this is what I don't tell people. God is a spirit. God is a spirit. It can be easy. God can write it. But why, why God, why I'm using my own, I'm not talking from the scripture. I'm using my own. Why God? Because why God do I'm like that? Wait, I said I'm using my own now. Why God? I will come back to the scripture. I will use my own. I'll come back to the scripture. Why God? Why God? Why God? Why God do all those things? Because God has already given us this earth as human. God, when God does something, God don't go back. If He as human, He already tells us, let make us take dominion all everything. So if God they come this earth, if all God they come this earth,
so why Jesus can't change them?
Can I explain? Finish.
Why he can't change? God did they go back? Only God can change.
Voice of the prophet.
No, He not the change. God not the change. Now human being the change. Human being is the one that change. God does not change. Human being is the one that changed.
You said Jesus came and He said no. When there is no in something, there is something.
No, he said you see this way you misunderstand. I say he said no because this thing is people. When you say this, he can't take calm, make it for simple for them. Now he take everything to one.
Let me say before he
didn't change it.
So he knows he had before he talk. And
it's
unknowing.
No. Oh my God.
Let me tell you.
He just like you be principal. Wait, you just like you be principal. You put something for grant. You say make una write ABCD. When you see people are hard, they struggle to write that ABCD. Then you go to the say no. See the way when you write the ABCD. Did you change it? You didn't change it. You just the way you talk about car just now. You only modify it for them to be easy for them. That's why you did it.
Voice of the prophet. Sorry again. The question I ask you are deviating from it.
What's question? Why go another time yourself?
The question is, ask the first question. Your Bible, I know there is God. Everybody know there is God Almighty.
Yeah.
Okay,
your Bible God I'm talking about. Your Bible God, we are able to tell you that the 10 Commandments were written by God. Then why can't the same your Bible God tell you the Bible that you are reading is written by God? Why is it written by men? Why is it written by inspiration from God by men? That is the question.
But you don't allow me to explain now. That's why I'm explaining.
You cannot ask man the plans of God now.
That's why
they have teachers of the law, like the Pharisees. Those ones, man, write things according to the laws of God.
Yeah, teachers.
Let me tell you one thing.
Yes.
Wait. I want to use native talk just now. When you talk, say God. I want to use our own. Because me, now Juju had for born me. We get big room where Juju full.
Don't they talk
So I want to use
now.
as example. If native doctor come our house,
Was your father a good man?
Wait.
Sorry,
no, let me talk. I didn't grow. No, let me talk.
The question I'm asking you.
Don't want to know. No, you cannot have. That's one. You cannot ask about whether my father is a good man. No.
Because
that is private. No, that is private. What do you say? What? No, that is private. You cannot ask about my family. That is private. My father, you can ask me about the religion. Whether we serve and well or we not serve and well.
You will be talking about your family. I just asked
whether we serve and I didn't talk about. I'm talking. Make I explain. How I explain so that you will understand. Why you know they like me? Somebody explain so that you will understand. Because you not already decide. If I want to listen, I listen to una sister, not talk. Una talk what I don't like. Una talk what I like. I not talk. I quiet. But why you cannot even quiet for me to explain how it be? When we were just saying that God inspired them to write. If native doctor come to our house, make I finish this one. If I finish, I'll quiet. If native doctor come to our house, he go bring. Wait, let me talk now.
Okay, listen, please. The conductor of this program, I don't know your aim because I went to village some time ago. When I went there, all the whole young people gathered. So when I'm talking about the Most High God who creates heaven and earth, and they are talking about the gods that their ancestors are worshiping, that's why this is not working well for them. Now, this man is trying to tell you about that same God. I don't know the aim of the gathering of this program. He's trying to tell you about that God. Why can't you listen to him? Why can't you listen to him? Why can't you listen to him? Let him finish before you talk. You feel like you are against him. You don't want the main God to surface in what you are talking about.
We want him to answer questions, not lecturing people. Answer the question.
Listen to him. Listen to him. That's what I want you to do.
He should focus. He should remain on the question.
You are confusing him. You are confusing.
You are even confused because you don't want to listen. I said,
no, but even the brother talk well. Because you will ask question, somebody no go ask, you ask question, you go let me explain so that you go understand. Because if I not explain to you, you cannot understand. If I not say yes, they use our own, and they use our own now. Say, I go for Juju house. This is where I was grown up. You cannot tell me about Juju. All these lots of way they carry Juju the entire church. I'll tell the that Juju this person they use. Because I know everything about. You cannot tell me about my ancestors. You cannot tell me about my Juju. So if they come, the native doctor come. What they go do? Wait. If the native doctor come, and they talk about native doctor of maybe we not go know him. If you be Benin person, you go know him. Or Mila, he go bring one board come. This is how it is. And this is how God operate too. Almighty God operate. The Juju is called Omila. It will bring one board like slate. And that board like slate, there is a native, there's a something like shock, brownish shock. It will put on top of that slate. This is a way of communication. This is why you see, when we are telling you this, our Bible is our standard. It's a way of communication, everything. And they try to tell you that what did God do with Moses? Now they try to tell you now. So why we know they told me that Ojuju, that Omila come right time meeting. No, Omila no dey come. Omila, he go dey instruct that native doctor. Wetin go happen? That native doctor go dey write am for board. He go write am. So he go write S, write V, write S, write V, write S, write O. Well, after he go write am finish, then he go start to dey translate am. It depends on that native doctor. That native doctor can translate anything because you know they see am. Now the native doctor name but our Omila, the juju. So the Israelites, they didn't know anything about the tablet, the Ten Commandments. So if Moses are Jonah or not, but they know that now God, now instruct and make it write those things through angels. This is how God works. So our juju know they come outside, come write something. No. I don't serve Omila. I don't serve Olokun. I don't serve the one we will serve Pastor Nabi Azelu. So if you want me to talk about idol, I will talk about idol. Because all we do focus on say, this is your bad, this is your bad. There is good side of Christianity. But we focus on that because person will bring our come, all those people are bad people. All those people will carry that religion come, bad people. European will carry that religion. European are bad people. Now they carry that religion, spoil them. Not be so the religion be now I tell you say, make una go read about Constantina. Emperor who will be? Not be Roman Empire, Emperor. Not be boy be. So what am I saying? There is good in it, but let us go one thing. This word as I tell you is your choice. If you say I want to go back to Omila, nobody is going to hold you. Go back to your Omila and serve it and let your Omila take you or do anything you want it to do. If I say I want to serve my Christ, allow me to serve my Christ. Don't persecute me. Now they only they tell people. But you cannot be what you don't know. Like you, when we will tell them now, we will say with the customer because you have a kind of mind. You cannot understand. You cannot understand the things of the spirit.
Please, the next person, please. Let's
so it goes in the work.
You have explained, and it's okay, fine.
Yeah, but you understand now because now you ask say why you be not right now. I tell you, you understand now.
It's not me, but let's move forward. You cannot keep us for 10 minutes. You are not.
It's okay. It's
okay. Thank you for joining. Karia.
Tony, are you there?
I'm here.
Thank
please,
you.
Mr. Dayton, please, I'm just doing a little thing now. Please just, nobody send requests. You can keep coordinating the panel just for some minutes while I just find out what I'm doing so I can continue, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, the next person to come up is, I think is Fred. Yes, Fred, please.
The last time they invited.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good evening to everyone.
No, sorry.
Should I wait? Hello, can I talk?
Is that Dayton? Should he talk? Is it? Okay, I think Fred, go ahead. Go ahead.
Tintin is before him. That's why I'm calling Tintin to.
Okay. Let me wait first. Okay.
So Tintin have mistake. He did talk.
Okay, Fred.
Yeah,
Fred, you can go.
Okay, thank you so much. Good evening to everyone. Actually, I don't really know the topic, but I try here some conversation that really attract me to come in. Yeah, concerning what they said, we should not judge. Actually, it's not good to judge. But if we try to look in the book of 2 John 1 verse 9, it makes us to understand that the Bible says anyone that goes too far and does not abide in the teaching of Christ does not have God. But he that abide in the teaching of Christ has both the Father and the Son. So you can't tell me that if you say the Bible makes us to understand we don't have to judge. But if we find out that a so-called man of God is not going in the teaching of Christ, at least you have to put that man in order. Like even what the voice was trying to say. Yeah, the Bible also makes us understand the book of Hebrews, Hebrews 1 verse 1 to 2. It said, in the past, God spoke to the father and the prophet, but now he has spoken to us through Christ. So when the voice was trying to say, they asked about the Ten Commandment issue. Yeah, the Ten Commandment was given to Moses. It was given to Moses, yeah. So Moses was like the head of the Israelites. The Israelites never want God to speak to them directly. God was spoken to the Israelites through Moses, so Moses was passing the message to them. That is why Moses was the one that take the Ten Commandments and bring to the Israelites. So I don't really have much to say because I didn't know the topic that I was trying to talk about, but I just entered because of what I heard. I just want to chip in a little bit of point inside. So for now, I would just say I'll stop for now because I don't know the topic actually.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think if you look very well, you see the topic. Say what as foreign religion to us, but no problem. Thank you for your take. Without wasting time, we'll move forward. Enlightenment, you can come on, please unmute your mic.
What's foreign religion?
Okay, good evening, people. Yeah, good evening, everyone. Yeah, I think more people, they need to really study the history of religion and go back to see how it evolved. Because a lot of people on here, they're not doing their simple homework. They're not really seeing how religion came to be. They're starting from the point of the books, and they're starting from the point of the Abrahamic religions. But you have to see where the Abrahamic religions got their influence from. There was things which came before the Abrahamic religions. And I'm actually quite surprised that people haven't done this, because once you look at these earlier cultures, you can they basically show you where everything came from. This is not hard to see, you only need to look even into things as Egyptian mythology. They had the 42 laws of Mat, and the Jewish scribes, they condensed those laws into the 10 laws, which Moses called the 10 Commandments. But there's so much more, because everything has been condensed from what lay previously, and it's all there. You can even look it up on even Wikipedia. It's very simple to see, how each one was created. And the proof is there to show you that it's a man-made coalition. This hasn't come from God. It's come from man's interpretation of earlier information. I'll leave it there for now.
Okay. Thank you very much for your submission. Yeah. Like what we're trying to say here is
Can I add up with what Enlightenment said?
Sorry?
Can I add something up with what Enlightenment said?
Yeah, okay. You can ask a question.
No, I'm not asking a question. I'm adding up. As he said, back in school, there's a lot of things that was not taught in history that even people back home now that they're on our homelands, they don't know a lot about. And that is a big problem, and they grow up with it, and it affects them and it affects the children. And as I was saying earlier on, I think there's a lot of things to be done on ourselves, we the individuals. We the African people, we don't like research. We don't like to look for things. We were here and the Europeans came all the way down here to see what is going on. We don't go and we don't like doing research. So with all this Christianity, religion, Islamic, politics, everything has been drawn for us already. Everything is lined up. So even the leaders cannot do anything. You understand? To the extent that even a whole country takes loan from a different country. And that is why we still depend on them. We have a lot of things over here, and yet still we still import. You know, the structure has been designed that Africa will always be poor. And we cannot just do it alone, because we have to look up to the leaders. Even no matter how we fight, it's the leaders that have to speak louder, both the religion and the politics. But if they are not speaking, then our fights become in vain, you know. So I think a lot of things has to be drawn back to our basics. We need to start from the basics to search for a lot of things, to correct a lot of things, you know, with the new generation coming up. Because, for instance, even in Africa, when a child is right, you don't have the right to speak, you know, and it doesn't matter who is older or young, anybody can correct the world or the nation or whatever is going on in the family, but it's not allowed in Africa, you know. So I think a lot of corrections need to be done down to the basics, even with the religion, even with the politics. I think that is what I have to add up.
Okay, thank you very much. To that we're not allowed to speak, I disagree with you. I think from the year, let me be, okay, say, for like 22, 23 years now, from the year 2000, these children, they speak. They speak. I don't know where you are speaking from, maybe we're part of your country, I don't know, but these children, they speak, and that's why they have access to money, and that is the beginning of a brutal destruction. Then they allow them to have access to quick money, and they forget responsibilities. We have respect, and that is what is missing in Africa brutally now. That is why we don't really have the right people to stand. And like you said, we don't research, and if you check what is happening in the world today, right from time, check the things that were produced or the things we are using today, you always have an African inside, behind ideas, things. Check. I ran through things from bulb and all these things. The guy that made the first bulb, but who converted the bulb into fiber, because it was made of paper and something, and it was just lasted for just only one day. And an African, moved it into fiber, and then it can last for a week and even 2 weeks, and they started developing it from there. What I'm trying to say is, we should not be using that word just like people will just come and say, Africans don't know anything, because that was what they said. We have so much brilliant people every part of the world. That's why I said it earlier. If you want to test the power of Africans outside Africa, if you say all Africans should lay down tools for 3 months, there will be chaos in this world. Nothing will function, because we hold key positions. We have intelligent people, so we shouldn't talk ourselves down. That we don't read, we don't research, and you go everywhere, you see our handwriting everywhere, our people doing things everywhere. The only thing we should question ourselves about, which we want to correct right now, we are trying to correct is creating an environment for people to stay in Africa and operate. That is what we are trying to correct right now, and that's why I want to take it within our hands and to be responsible and question these people. I'll give you just an example in front of your eyes. The people of Niger, the military took over, and the people backed the military because they are tired of suffering, and we are disturbing them. That is it. Because you see, if you want to question people, Tony said something. When people stood up, or people try to change what is happening, they say, don't go there. They will unalive you. But today, the same people went there because it has to do with dancing, music, and that is it. Drive around every corner of Africa where they sell banana, music. Where they sell recharge card, music. Where they sell syringe, tablets, medicine, music. Are you dancing to medicine? Who is happy to go and take medicine? You only take medicine when you have problems. But you see them playing music. You're going to left, there's music. You're going to right because they dance and disturb. If a politician is coming to address the people, if he has 2 hours to address, we have one in Nigeria, they call him dancing governor. He would dance 1 hour, 45 minutes and speak for 5 minutes and then eat for 10 minutes and leave. How are you going to run a nation like that when you dance in serious issues? People will be dancing. Some will say, let's go and dance our sorrow away. The sorrow is still waiting for you. A problem technology will solve, prayers can never solve it. We need to understand it. A problem technology will solve, prayers can never solve it until we start to tackle these things physically. And whenever you talk about physical things, people will come to talk about spiritual things, and you use physical things. You use light, you use road, you need all these things. These are physical things. So it's human beings, we use human beings to build them. We focus on spiritual things instead of handling the physical things in front of us, right in front of us. Things are not working. We are talking about spiritual. People will construct road that will last for 6 months when somebody will be talking that, what is this? This thing will not last. You say, God will take control. Don't worry, God will help us. God has never laid block in any country. God has never tarred road in any country. It's human beings. Like the pastor said earlier, he said God gave us dominion over it. You know, I'm happy. But you know what? God didn't give man dominion over man. Rather, he gave man wisdom. And people are failing to apply wisdom. And we are channeling it to religious thing and talking about spirituality. Look, we have our ways. And that is what makes Africa so powerful, that they came and they obstructed that growth. That's why I said they did not bring civilization to us. They obstructed our civilization. They stopped our growth. We should know that. So whenever we're talking, we should see the power behind the black people. We should see the power in Africa, because we have no chance, we have no than to give our brothers and sisters in diaspora a better platform to come back home. I will repeat it again. We have 5 points. It's my 5 points, and I know that is key by 5 points. People can add to it. People can challenge few of it, maybe the style and method. Before I go there, there's a college in the UK. I think the pastor lives in the UK, said there's a college, Eton College, from 55 prime minister of the United Kingdom, 20 of them passed through Eton College. You know what that means? I'm talking of prime minister now. They have other ministers that pass through that college. So if you add all together, I don't know how many, but just the prime ministers alone, from 55, they have 20 passed through that college. That is to tell you they are doing breeding. They know what they are doing. They are preparing them for tomorrow. That is one. And two, from this same college, you have people, Labour, Conservative, and all these their parties. At the end of it, I will use Africa as an example. Let's say the journey is from Ghana to where's Nairobi, Kenya, okay? One will say, I want to take through Nigeria and through Niger. While the other one will say, you know what, I'm taking through Togo and this one. So it's just the route that will be their argument. The destination is still the same. It's all about making the people happy. The destination is the same. It's the route, how you get to that destination. That will be the argument.
Can I come in here quickly? I don't know. Let me just come in here. I know you have said a lot.
Okay, fine. Yeah, you're free. Okay, sorry. Yeah, you're free. Right on.
You have said a lot. Me, I am from a family of people who respect African traditional religion. My grandfathers were deep into this, and I lived with them. I know what African traditional religion is. I am a great researcher. I have read about this. Like you rightly said, all religions have their flaws. When people are talking about Christianity, we hit this head so heavily. People are very, very slow when talking about Islam. They're very slow talking about Hindu. They're very slow talking about Buddhism. But Christianity, everyone has an opinion to say whatever they want to say. My brother, let's go back to Africa. Christianity did not sell Africans to the white men. We were not the Christians when the white men came. It was the African traditionalists that sold our own black brothers to the Christians who came. It was us that were subjugating ourselves, calling ourselves slaves. We were calling ourselves lower caste. You have to look at these religion.
You stop me. I have to interject. Brother. I have to interject. Then you didn't read it. No, wait. You will continue. You will continue. But I have to interject at this point. You know why? You started misleading. Africans did not sell Africa.
What you are doing. Because number one, you are saying
Africans did not sell Africa. So know that. Don't let them give you a story. Let me tell you. You cannot come. You cannot come here with a white man's narrative. You can't come here with a white man's narrative, and I will allow that.
My brother, thank you very much for correcting that impression.
We don't allow that here. We never allow
an African man. Africa never sold an African man. I'll give you a simple example.
Can I?
My brother, let me give you a simple example.
Let me ask you a question. When did slavery begin? When did slavery begin, my brother?
Betrayal.
Tell me when. Do you know when slavery began?
My brother, you don't want to listen to anybody. You are asking questions, you don't want to listen. Because if you don't listen, you will as well not learn. Listen. See, the first slave ship that left Africa, do you know the name of the slave ship? Was Jesus.
A ship.
The first slave ship that took Africa from the land of Africa.
Firstly sold by ship. That is where you are deluded. Africans were not firstly sold by ships. Africans were sold on foot. You don't understand the history of slavery.
No. Go, listen, brother. Go and look for. If you go and look for your history, the internet is with us here.
Just give me
a food before they enter the ship.
The internet is with us here. Go. The Google is there. Wikipedia is there. Go. Just write it there now.
Just answer me. Who was the first
Africa that was taken from Africa? The first black people that were taken from Africa were lured into a ship called Jesus.
I'm telling you, my brother, please.
No, listen, don't say no. Google is with you. The Google is there. You just Google it now. Google it now. You will see. Listen, Africa never sold any African man to nobody. These were all listen, my brother. You don't want to listen to me. This is how the hatred.
They're getting into another chains of slavery. When you are telling me lies, if you tell me lies, you teach me lies, you are leading me to another form of slavery. Africans were not firstly sold in ships. We were sold on foot. We were sold on camels.
Foot to where?
We were sold to the Arabs. Because you don't know this. You are blaming the white people who were also enslaved. You are blaming the white people who were also invaded. You are blaming the white people who also got the Christianity. You are also putting me in chains because you are selling lies to me. The first ship that came thousands of years afterward. Thousands of years afterward, the first people who sold Africans were the Ethiopians, sold Africans to the Arabs. It was these Arabs that went to conquer Portugal. They conquered Spain, and they indoctrinated the Spanish people and Portuguese in the act of enslaving black people. It was the Portuguese that brought a ship to Africa. Before the Portuguese came to Africa, they had been ruled by the Arabs, who had taught them the slavery of a black man. That ship came thousands of years after, because the Portuguese were colonized for 700 years by the Arabs. The Arabs went to Ethiopia. Listen, this is African history, because you are putting the other black people in chains. It was the Arabs who went to Ethiopia, and the Ethiopians captured the Eastern Africans on a foot, on a camel. On camel, not the sheep, because you are putting me in another slavery, telling me lies. It was the Arabs who came, and we sold ourselves. It was the Ethiopians, and that is the reason why Ethiopia is not colonized. When I get informed, my brother, research. Go to research. Research
where? Where you get your research from?
I will send you. If you want me to send you links, I will send you.
You started your story from a very wrong. You started the story from a very wrong note.
Okay, let me finish my story. I was saying you books that were written in the 7th century. I asked you a simple question. When did slavery start? Tell me when slavery began.
Did you read about it when they came to Africa and they said?
I asked you a simple question. When did slavery and the enslavement of black people, when did it start?
You were the one talking, and I interjected because I want to ask you a question. So, did you read about it? Did you read about it that when they came, they saw people living in harmony?
Who came?
Well, whoever came. Whoever.
Tell me who came. Ask the question constructively.
No, I asked you a question. You are throwing question back to me.
I'm asking. You said when they came. Who is there?
It's you that will answer that. You said people came.
Okay, let me explain it now. Maybe you don't understand how to construct that, but let me tell you. The first people that came to Africa were the Arabs. They were called the Caliphate. They had conquered Egypt.
You see this Caliphate story. You see this Caliphate story.
You asked the question, right?
It's one of the trash. It's one of these trash. It's one of the trash. Look, we challenge history because we are opportune to be among historians.
We would never redeem ourselves. We don't know the source of our problems. Africans don't know because we are being deluded.
You started.
I'm telling you the history, and you don't want to hear, and you have no information regarding this.
And you said
I did not dilute. You asked the question. I said who was there, and you could not say it. I decided to.
I think we have to move forward because we don't allow.
We are not going anywhere. We are slaves because you are dragging us into another level of slavery. The story that you are telling me is the story the white man wrote for you.
I am not.
It is the story that white man wrote for you.
I am not a slave.
What are you saying? You are talking about we sold ourselves. It's a white man story you are telling us.
It is not.
We sold ourselves.
That is why I'm telling you that the first people who came here to Africa to enslave the black people were the Arabs. And where did they go to? They went to Ethiopia because they had a marriage alliance with Ethiopia. I'm from Eastern Africa. Ethiopia captured the Eastern Africans and sold them as slaves to the Arabs.
Please.
This happened in the 7th century.
Make your submission so that we move on, because there are some people we cannot. There are some people we cannot.
It is the truth. You don't want to hear the truth. Slavery started in the 7th century, but that part of history you don't know it. It started there. It was not the first ship that came. I heard so many people say this. The first ship that came was called Jesus. No, that is not true. The first enslavement was on foot, was on a camel. They invaded Africa. From invading Eastern Africa, they went up to Northern Africa and they invaded it. It was the caliphate on their move to Europe. That is why you see all the northern country in Europe, they're all whitewashed. Because that is the route through which these Arabs traveled to where? To Portugal. You are telling me this. You go and read the history of Portugal in the 7th century, and they tell me who the Moors were. Who were the Moors? How did they get there? How did they become powerful? Look at the wars in the... Are you asking me this? You don't read this simple history? That happened in the 7th, 8th, and the 9th century.
Make your submission so that we move on. I'm
quiet
because I just wanted to finish your submission, because there are some people you allow them to continue their journey.
Exactly.
When they get to the world, they will bounce back. So make a submission.
Fine. Now, this happened in the 7th century, 8th century, 9th century, up until the 10th century when the Vikings came to Africa. And the first people who introduced the Westerners to enslavement of the black skin were the Arabs. Portugal was the first one who came. The Vikings followed. And then the Spanish, they went on their expedition to capture the black people. From there, it transferred to the Germans. From the Germans, it transferred to the Belgians. From the Belgians to the Netherlands, who were the Vikings, and then the British, which came afterward. The British you are talking about right now.
Who were the Vikings?
The Vikings are the Netherlanders. The Vikings.
Are you sure?
Continue. The question. The Vikings.
I will not ask questions. Vikings is from north.
From Norway. We are talking about Norway. You are talking about Netherlands. Norway.
Can I finish? Can I finish? Norway, Netherlands, and the German, they were one single entity, my brother.
No, you know that you don't even understand.
Listen,
Now you don't understand.
You go and research. I say you go and research. And you're asking for my submission, and you are interjecting me, and then you're asking for submission. It's you submitting. I'm telling you, Germany was not a country. It was all one particular entity with all these countries. Okay? And afterward, they split up. You go and do that research afterward. It was later on that the British came in the 16th century to Africa. These British, you are saying they came to, it was in the 16th century. But I'm telling you that this slavery had started in the 7th century, and that was about 1,000 years ago, before the British came. So when you are talking about these things, this is deluding the minds of Africans. We are not able to know the source of our problems. It was when these people came here, they came with the Christianity, they spread this all about, but we had been selling ourselves from a very long time. We had the caste system. We had subjugated ourselves to slavery. It was in this Africa that we were burying our own self. We made our own self our own slaves. In this Africa, we have to address our own problem. We have religion in this Africa. Africans, listen, Egyptians had religion. It did not stop them from civilization. Nigeria was the second civilization in Africa. Nigeria had religion in all aspects. Religion did not stop Nigerians from civilizing. Go to the Benin Kingdom. Go and tell them they have no religion. They've had religion for thousands of years, and that religion did not stop them from civilizing. When we come out here and we try to drag our people from left and right, you need to provide an option that they will go to. Come out of here, come out of here. You have no option for them. Yeah, we are being deceived. People are dragged from African religion to Christianity to Islam. They have no direction because the people leading these people are not telling them the truth. We're not giving our people the light. Place this history one by one and let us know our problem. We can solve that problem. As it stands right now, Christianity did not stop the British from developing. Christianity did not stop Spanish from developing. Islam did not stop all these people from. The Buddha did not stop China from developing. Our problem is not really religion. We have a problem that sits right within us. The moment we understand that Christianity happened many years ago. What is this Christianity? You think Christianity is what they are practicing in the churches? When someone will come out and call himself a pastor every Sunday, you are the only one standing on the pulpit.
This is your story about the Vikings. This is your story about the Vikings. If you can read it, this is what I have here. This is your story about the Vikings.
All right, go ahead.
They are Scandinavians, so don't mislead people here, young man.
Go. Who?
This is it. This is it. If you can read it, this is it.
Which Scandinavian invaded Africa? Go and read history. Tell me Scandinavian invaded Africa. The Vikings invaded, the Portuguese invaded, the Germans invaded, the British invaded. Scandinavian is a term you call the people from the north.
Your time is up so that the next person can speak.
You
please.
carry on.
You see, my brother, sorry, you are here, you are just misleading us. That's the truth, you're just misleading us. The true story, you just mislead everybody here. You mislead everybody. But let me tell you something. We Africans, the problem you refuse to acknowledge is the seed that was planted in us was hatred. We hate ourselves. And this seed was planted in us by those who you think they tell you that we sold ourselves to them.
When?
Because that is, my brother, I just want to do my submission. You just listen. And if you like, you believe me. If you don't like, don't believe me. And I will give you a simple example. For example, if I come to your father's house, where you have your mother, you have your sister, and you have everybody there. I was there with arm. And I decide anything that will happen in your father's house. I kill your father I'm just giving an example. I'm not telling you that I'm trying to make anything. I'm not trying to clear a submission. And I have the right to kill your father, rape your mother, rape your sister. Anybody that I speak, I kill. Then at the end of the day, you want me to talk that particular story. Do you think I will put myself that I was the one who committed this atrocity The answer is no. And that is what the white man succeeded in doing to a black man. After destroying black man, he has the right to write the same story, to tell you the history of a black man. And you read that history today, and you are telling me that it was black man who was selling black people. Even in 1885 year, when they came to Africa for colonization, you see the atrocity these people carry out in 1885 year. Almost 100 and something, almost 100 and something years. You see the atrocity they carried out in Africa. Brother, and we are talking about my brother. Wait. Let me do my submission. Do you know your history? When did slavery begin? You are talking about 1895. 1,000, more than 1,000 years after slavery began. When did the actual enslavement of black people begin? Give me details. Teach me as a black man. You want me to give you details? Yes. Listen, my brother, let me tell you something. If you want me to give you details, I'm trying to give you details, and you said no. I said go to Wikipedia, go to your Google, you go there, you write them there. They will tell you. Listen, now you listen. Don't just formulate. Don't formulate the story. The problem with black man who is educated. You cannot educate me. You are referring me to another white man.
Okay, then you cannot educate anybody here. Please mute your mic and allow us to move forward, please. Allow us to move forward.
Wikipedia is owned by white man. You are referring me to another white man to brainwash.
You cannot. Don't worry. You said we should go to research. You said we should go to research. No problem. Nobody can teach you. You teach everybody. You are very intelligent. But don't worry. What we are doing, you will see the result. That is it. When we start, you will see the result. We are not troubled.
It's a simple logic. It's a simple logic. Somebody who commit atrocity, and you are giving that person to the right to talk the same story of his atrocity, and you think the person is going to give you the right information, you are lying. That is exactly what happened to a black man. They were able to sow the seed of hatred within all black people. The seed of hatred was telling us that we sold ourselves to them. So at the end of the day, I see you as my enemy. I see my brother as my enemy, because I was told that this man, father, sold my father to them. So I see you as my enemy. If you go to America, when you tell black people, some of them will tell you, you people are my problem. In America, some black people tell you people are my problem because your father sold our forefather to these white people. That was the wrong impression they created in us. And you as a black man, you cannot even think and imagine that atrocity was committed, and that person who committed that atrocity was the one telling the story. That is why you see today as we speak, when you tell a white man that they should pay reparation, they will tell you it is a sin that was committed by their ancestors, that they will not want to discuss it, they don't want to hear it. But that sin that was committed by their forefather was what brought development to them. That sin, the fruit of the evil their forefather did, was what brought development. That was what brought riches to them. Do you know the looting they did in their colonial era? We are not talking of slave trade now. We are just talking of colonial. I'm talking of colonization here, yesterday thing. The evil they did. You are talking about Benin. I'm from Delta State. We are former Bende State in Nigeria. So you don't tell me the story of Benin. I was born and brought up in Benin. So I know exactly what I'm saying. The evil these people has committed. And you are telling me that my forefather wake up to sell his brother. And you believe that thing, that trash story they told you. You believe it. Do you know the reason why they are telling African countries to stop history in their curriculum of education? Do you know why? In Nigeria today, history is no longer a subject. But when you come to the West here, history is one of their biggest subjects. And they are telling you to stop it because they know the more your children will read, the more your children will read, they will get to know the true story of what happened. And that is why they are discouraging you from reading it. That is why they are selling that the same hatred they sold before. That is why they are selling it again. You are telling me a white man that I've been living with for 25 years, I live with them for 25 years, I'm still living with them. I know who they are. These people are, see, all they think about black person is, if not the law, or not even the law, if not the kind of civilization that we are in now, these people, they want to use you as, even their dog, they prefer their dog to you. I'm telling you, they prefer their dogs to you. A dog attacked a black man here, and the guy smashed the dog to death. Do you know what happened when the police came? Do you know what happened? The policeman arrested the black man. Why do you kill the dog? So they prefer that dog to the black man because the dog attacked the black man, and the black man smashed the dog to death. And the owner of the dog, which is a white man, was crying. And the policeman came, they took the black man. Instead of asking the white man, why would you allow him to attack him?
When was the Benin Kingdom built?
Benin Kingdom? You are asking me Benin Kingdom?
Yes, you have.
Benin Kingdom is as old as from
when?
12 BC.
Okay.
12 BC. Benin Kingdom is as very old. Are you telling me about Benin Kingdom? Benin Kingdom is as old as any kingdom.
Brother, right on. Don't let him distract you. Just make a submission.
No, my brother, don't continue. If you allow, that is what they are doing to today in Africa. Look, Africa, the only problem Africa have today is leader. And to correct that particular leader is for us to go back to where we are coming from, where our forefathers left. Listen, let me tell you, everything that the white man is doing today, they copy it from Africa. When the white man came to Benin, they met democratic system of government that is running. Do you know how the white man know that this is a democratic system of government? Because they saw the Oba with the chiefs. The chiefs are the senators who work with the president. Then from there, we have the Inoge. The Inoge is the chairman of the local government. He brought the news from the local town to the Oba. And inside that Inoge, there are chiefs again, which are the councillors who work within the local community. And inside the local community, they have those who, the speakers. They have it. So the white man saw that this is a system of government, that the Oba is there, the chiefs is there, the Inogi is there, there are another group of chiefs, and there are speakers. And at the same time, they made a system that is called court system. If you are very conversant with Africa, in the village those days when I was growing up, they summon you for court cases. And this court case, they summon you with money. They summon you, they will tell you the elders, they are calling you, and they see the white man saw this thing. They see them sit down around a mango trees, and they will brought your case before them. They judge the case, and they sentence everybody. If you are guilty, you pay your fine. And they saw it. They know this is a court system. And today, everybody is casting. All the cars you see today, they were cast car. They cast the engine, they cast this, they cast this. But casting and bronze started in Benin before the white man even knew what is casting. The fire that we are using today, when black man was using fire, the white man was still in cave. So when black man was building Egypt, the white man was still in cave. Go Go and look, go and check it. When the Kemet people were building Egypt, the white man was still in cave. So when they succeeded to get into us, what they did was to pollute us and make us
the Israelites or the Egypt. The Israelite or the Egypt.
The Egypt were known as the Kemet people. Kemet was the name for Egypt before the name was changed to Egypt. Kemet, the land for the black. So where we were building, we were in cave. So still, till today, that is same hatred they are selling. Even till tomorrow, the hatred they are selling, they are still selling it to our leaders till tomorrow. They say hatred that these people are from this tribe. These people are from this tribe. That is what they say today. That is the hatred they are selling today in Africa. And when they see the hatred the black man is about to get over it, do you know what they do? They now bring terrorism. They bring terrorism everywhere. They are the one, every terror in Africa, they are the one who brought it before us. Those people who you see there, they manipulate them. They manipulate everybody to make sure that Africa will never stand. And you are telling me today in 21st century, you are seeing what these people can do, and you are talking about 2,500 years back. You say our forefather was selling them. My brother, you have to. That is why there's a place in my place. They say use your teeth to count. Use your tongue to count your teeth. Don't make mistake. Don't make mistake. Don't let anybody fool you. But Miley say that what he hates, he don't want people to be picked again.
Africa, I want to tell you my history. No one needs to tell me that. You are telling me of your Benin history. I know my history. We know our origin, and we know what we have been through. If you don't understand the history of our Eastern Africa, you can leave Eastern Africa out of that. Stick to your Western Africa, because what you are right
Tony,
now
Tony, please,
is
Tony,
not the truth.
please, bring in. Somebody's requesting
You're
to
heresy.
come on. But
This is
now
not
you
it.
started.
This is the history of Africa. I'm telling you.
Wuse,
It
Mr.
started
Wuse,
from the
please,
Eastern
Mr.
Africa.
Mr. Wuse. This keep your East, keep your West Africa exactly. That is exactly divide and conquer. And until we get it right,
You need to know history.
is
I'm
always
asking
keep
him
your
to
this,
teach me.
keep your that, say your this, say your that.
Century. What you are saying is all from the 18th century, and that was not when Africa.
We don't need that. We just want to start. We don't need all these things you are talking. We don't need it.
What do you need?
We want to continue.
Why are we going backwards to the 18th century? It makes no sense. If you don't understand where you are coming from, where are we going?
You don't even know where you are coming from, because you are just we will not allow you to mislead anybody here.
Even them from the south, even them from the south, so the Igbos. That's those from the south, so the Igbos.
Brother, that is we don't know.
I'm from the eastern part of Nigeria. And those from the south, so
we
those.
don't need that story. Nobody sold anybody.
You people are the one that sold us.
Do you know Egypt were the first enslavers? Do you know Egyptians were the first enslavers? Did you read the story of Egypt?
Yes, they enslaved the Israelites. And even enslaved others.
They enslaved many other people. We are the first people to enslave other people. Africans were the first enslavers.
Tony, were you there? Are you there?
Even the building in Egypt was built by the Israelites.
What are you telling me? Africans have been doing these things to ourselves for a very long time. You think a foreigner would invade Africa if we had much love for ourselves? You think they came with guns? There was no
brothers sold brothers. That's what they did.
Telling ourselves, doing much harm to ourselves.
You see, when you people come here, especially these people that want to talk about the Bible, these are the ones who come here and telling your brothers, they say the Igbos. You are bringing your Igbo thing here again. We are trying to correct you. You are bringing your Igbo thing everywhere you go. You bring your rubbish.
We are
talking about
you
Igbo.
Simply
Who cares about Igbo? We are talking about Africa. You're talking about Igbo. We don't come from somewhere.
He came from Nigeria, and me, I came from Nigeria. They are the same people who sold us from the south. They sold us from the south.
Nobody sold anybody.
Slavery
Keep
has
that
started
story.
in
Nobody. That is
Egypt
how your
for a very
people are
long
claiming they are
time.
from Israel.
Assyrians
These are people who
colonized
just come up,
Egypt.
and one small boy came up from somewhere and said he's from Israel, and he started misleading people in the eastern part of Nigeria. That's how you people behave.
That's not true. That is not true. I'm telling you, you have to look at racism against black people. I want to differentiate between racism and slavery. Slavery started a long time ago, and I can understand that because everyone enslaved everybody. But when it comes to racism, which is to distinguish a black man based on his skin color, and you begin to act prejudice on that man, that started, it was legalized in the 7th century. Go and pull up any resource that you can. It started in the 7th century, and the man who opened that door for this.
Please, Tony, are you there? If I have the button, I would have moved your mic because we want to move on. And Tony, I don't know if he's sleeping.
Don't mute who speaks, my brother, because what you are doing is worse than what the white man is doing. If you had the power of the white man,
it's enough. I said, let's move on. You are still talking. You need to
my
move
brother,
on. Other people need
right
to
now
speak.
is to
Other
control
people need to
people's
speak.
intention, and it's worse than what the white man did.
I said, other people need to speak.
No, you have said what you have in your intention.
Other people need to
Other
speak.
people. But you have been speaking. I kept quiet. I listened for a very long time before I joined in. Everyone spoke.
I allowed you to speak, and I said you submitted. You made a submission.
Interjected me, my brother.
Because
You made a submission, right?
One chain of thoughts.
You made
No,
your
I did not.
submission.
You were interjecting me all the while. You interjected me all the while because you told me you will not allow me to express my thought on a freedom forum. You are trying to control the narrative, and then you are telling me what white man did. Is this not what Africans did to ourselves? To control our own freedom. You are controlling people here, and you don't have the power of the white man. Imagine if you had that power. What would you do?
Misleading. We will not allow misleading.
At least allow me to complete
allow
my
people
thought,
to
and then you
talk.
can
You are
correct me.
misleading.
Because I asked you a simple question,
And you
my brother.
finished. And I asked you to finish, and you finished.
You could not answer me. Who were there? You could not answer me. When did it start? Who did it? You
finished.
Answer any of this. And then you have the right to educate people.
I'm not interested in misleading things. You finished, and then he asked you a question.
What you are doing, I call it misleading. If what I'm doing is misleading, you are also misleading me because I have read my history.
Okay, it's time for me to stop it. Biafrans thank you for joining us for this segment. We are still on religious leaders are the problem or politicians. So drop your comment, your thought under the comment section. Yes. Ada Biafra from Chicago loves you. I see everybody that commented. Yes, you know, whenever something that I want people to hear and debate about, I always bring it, even if it was late. I know some people will watch it tomorrow or next. God bless you all. God bless our leader. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, Okwu Kanu, Odogwu, isi afro, kwaba okwu. Eye opener to the Africans. God bless our Prime Minister, Odogwu Ozara. And bless Biafrans all over the world. PLA, ESN, Umada. Thank you for always listening. God bless you all. I don't want to continue this. Thank you. I love you. This is 2 hours complete. Edwin, thank you. Monday, Igwe, Dalo. I see everybody. Ngozi Ngozi. Onye ọbụla bụ oge egbute ihe ọma ga-eme na ndụ anyị. Ihe anyị chọrọ bụ ka anyị nwere onwe anyị, anyị nara obe anyị, eji aka anyị malụ nke anyị ekpere, ọ bụrụ mmiri ka anyị ekpere, ọ bụrụ anwụ, ọ bụrụ ihe ọbụla anyị ewere nwaanyị na-ekpe ya, nke ihe ebutela anyị ọgba aghara. Anything that will not bring problems to us. If you say something is sweet, please tell me how sweet. give me example, and I want to see it. God bless you. I love